Hello, hope you are well. Um, gonna do a reading, and I'm kind of feeling like I might end up doing a few short ones and just seeing what um, comes out, and then I'll just post them. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. So I pulled the Tower upright, the Five of Pentacles upright, and the King of Pentacles in reverse. um, the Tower could be about something feeling destructive. It could be self-destructive. It could be things falling apart or drifting apart from others. It's also reminding me with the lightning bolt of the Magician, who is the card 1, which is essentially like talking about how the Magician acts as like a lightning rod, where like it's grounded to the earth and takes intense energy like lightning and grounds it to the earth. So with like the Tower, it's like typically I think the Tower does have like a fire energy to it, and I feel like you might be grounding that like fiery energy, possibly transmuting it. So the Tower, although it is a card that, you know, could have like negative connotations, I've heard a lot of people say that there's obviously like a positive aspect to every card regardless. And with the Five of Pentacles, like 5 could represent conflict, and it could also represent like reaching out to spirit from that grounded place. And so um, I'm kind of seeing like this energy of like you're embodying all 4 elements. And like, yeah, once again, just like from this grounded place, like you're able to resolve conflicts um, in the least destructive way as possible, even though I do feel like obviously like death is like inevitable. It's like maybe you're dealing with something inevitable. And I just feel like mentioning, like, when I do readings, it comes from a place of like, this is my experience right now, and I'm just hoping that maybe some other people resonate. So yeah. The King of Pentacles in reverse. Let me see. Pentacles have to deal with material things, things that are real and solid, routine, relationship stability, and I think that's something that you probably need a lot right now. Um, Once again, like getting this energy of like magician energy. King of Pentacles, I think, is someone who feels really disciplined in their magic and doesn't like abuse their power, and like has kind of mastered certain dynamics because they know that they're serving the good of the community and like the good of all with what they're doing. And it takes like a really sensitive person to do that. um, and with it coming out in reverse, I just think it's so important to remember that you're good at the things that you're good at, and maybe you're doing a lot of activities that help you remember that it's okay to feel, or how do I say this? Like, you might be like needing or doing like certain activities that empower you, you know? I'm gonna pull a card from the Trust Your Vibes deck on this note of like having direction and like trusting yourself, and like what are you doing to remind yourself of that. Okay, cool. So I got Be Grateful in reverse and Vibe Check. Um, right now in my journey, I'm definitely recognizing that when things hurt and if the situation is hurtful, it's okay to like not be grateful that someone's literally hurting you. um, I think when we can even be conscious that that is an option, you're once again like probably grounded enough to be grateful for what you need to be grateful for, and knowing that like you have that unconditional worth. I don't think that we would be able to respond in a healthy manner, or like a manner that serves everyone in your community and everyone who makes you feel safe, if you weren't already like grateful. So that's why I feel like it's coming out in reverse, especially beside vibe check, where like once again like you are like very grounded, like everything in this card, like more than half of the card is like in the ground, rooted. And like when someone has worked on like their roots of why they behave the way they do, it like helps meet your need for self-discovery. And it takes a long time and a lot of time to do that, and it's not something that you master. I don't think we like master what we need. I think we work hard to continue meeting that need as often as possible. And once we do meet our needs, often pleasant feelings follow. And it puts out and radiates like this energy. Um, so it's like when you're meeting your needs, it's like you're hitting that tuning fork and it's like radiating outwards. And if people have an open heart and an open mind, I think they feel that. I think they hear that. I think they see that. I was hanging out with a lot of little critters recently, a lot of birds, so I'm going to pull from this bird deck now. Maybe one more. Yeah, it's like things feel like kind of shaky and up in the air, but at the same time, like you're still grounded, which is like a huge feat. So if that's where you're at right now, like pat yourself on the back. So I got the peregrine falcon in reverse, which is cool because I think I have seen, I don't know if they were vultures or falcons, maybe both. But I've definitely seen like some hawk type, like big birds recently. So it's cool that this card is coming out in reverse, and it says seize the moment in life and love or lose it forever. Yeah, it's like with that in reverse and the King of Pentacles and being grateful in reverse, it's like if people are throwing you off, it's like, is that them like seizing the moment for life and love? If they're like dedicating their energy, projecting it outwards in a negative way, like probably not, right? And then with that, the flamingo, it says nourish your soul and you will survive harsh circumstances. So exactly that, like it is like a harsh way to find structure in your life by putting yourself above others, or sacrificing someone else's light to shine your own, and to not be open or be welcoming. Like that's something that is harsh. That is a harsh circumstance for anyone to go through. And as we see, like once again, like there's some flamingos up in the air and there's some flamingos grounded, and it seems like there's this place where you have to make that choice. It's like there's it's like that saying, like, there's, a million, a billion, I don't know what it is, like, fish in the sea, and that's where finding our soul tribe comes into play. That's where finding safe people is so important. That's where being able to discern, like, okay, like, I see potential in myself, and so I'm gonna see potential in others. And how am I gonna discern, like, where I can meet someone in their journey and where I can't? And I think above all, once again, like, meeting your needs, nourishing your soul is gonna be your top priority. And it's really important for people to respect that. And I understand also that people can be unconscious of the way that they're acting and how their actions have consequences, but they do, and so it's really only your job to recognize what consequences your behavior enacts. And so it's other people's responsibility in their lives. Something that I'm learning recently through the help of therapy is, when we are hurt and we put blame on ourselves instead of sitting with that hurt and accepting, like, ouch, it makes it very impossible to let go, because we're then, like, fighting with ourselves. And what would life be like if we decided that when we were hurt, we didn't continue to hurt ourselves on top of that? Now I'm pulling from this Rainbow Moon deck. Oh, cool, another 5. And the Page of Crystals. Ooh. Yeah, like, I'm gonna take this card too, Ace of Wands. Okay, yeah, like, another 5 card coming out. It does seem like, even though there seems to be, like, a lot of conflict and a lot of people very much displaying, like, maybe a distaste for you being you and you grounding yourself and you having unconditional worth for yourself, I don't think, like, you're playing their games, It's like, with the 5 of Wands coming out in reverse here, with the 5 of Pentacles originally, it's like, you can see, like, they both kind of have this, like, fighting, like, pose. It's like they're posing, but these people are, like, actually, like, ready to fight. Like, they're, like, so close it could appear threatening, whereas, like, this is just you and your energy and nature and, figuring it out. And so it's not like you're fighting yourself. It's like you're fighting the good fight. And with the Page of Crystals in reverse, let me double check here. Yeah. I think sometimes it's hard for people to be willing to learn lessons, to have heavy discussions, or to get curious about others. Does that mean you have to be grateful to just have them in your life? Like, maybe not at such a close distance if it's going to cause tension and confrontation. Essentially, it's like, it's important to accept that life can be intimidating, and we have the power to grow and overcome that. Once again, similar to this Magician energy, like, holding this wand, this magic wand, and harnessing your power. Don't be intimidated. Okay, I'm gonna end it here. Maybe do another one.